Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Novia, and today we're going to talk about my 2023 planner setup because it's almost Thanksgiving. It's that time of year. We're buying things, consuming stationery items, like not like, eating it, but buying it. And so am I. So as we try and prepare to make 2023 our best year ever, and hopefully we buy a planner that's that planner, the perfect planner that helps us feel like we have our life together. But in order for me to do that, I wanted to take like a really quick look of the systems that I currently have in place and show you guys what I have, like what I've been using for 2020 to justify what I'm doing in 2023. Make sense? Okay, so this is pretty much the system in which, well, not this particular traveler's notebook system, but this is pretty much what I've used all year. This one not so much. I've fallen off. So this is actually a 5-year Hobonichi Techo, and I bought it last year to start using it this year for over the next 5 years. And this is I bought it as kind of like a memory journaling, whatever, of my daughter's teenage years for over the next 5 years. I started off strong, and I think, as with a lot of people with this, they fall off. Like, I didn't not take pictures of things. I still take pictures. I still have like these memories written down in a certain part of my main planner. I just haven't transferred those memories over to this journaling planner Techo thing. But I do plan on keeping this and doing better about it next year. I mean, can anyone relate? Has anyone bought a 5-year Techo and was like, I was terrible at it this year, but next year I'll do better? Like, that's like, give me a thumbs up if you've ever experienced that. So that's gonna stay. So this is still gonna be a part of my 2023 lineup. I'm just gonna do better about it next year, because this year I think I shut down in let's see, where did I shut down? Yeah, I shut down in February is when I shut down. So we're gonna do better about that next year. I promise. All right, so as my main planner, if you have been watching my channel all year, you will know that my main bay has been the A5 STALOGY. That has been my main planner throughout the entire year. I think this is the most consistent I have been with a planner system ever. Like, there's no like, let me sneak in a pocket planner or here or there or nothing. Nope, it's just been this, even through my struggle bus summer months, which I it's always been this. Like, this has always been the one. This is just where everything just happens. And it's, even with how struggle bussy July was, where I barely even touched it, and August, where I tried to like come back to it, like I still use this entire thing. Like, I still use it. So I like the fact that my planner is a notebook. I like the freedom that I have for layouts. And I think that helps. That helped with me staying consistent in it, because I can change the layouts if I want. And there are some things that migrate over from month to month. Typically, my memories get migrated over month to month. And the reason why that happened is because I wanted to have a place. So I have my memories to put in here. So like, it works. Like, it's working together. It's working as a unit. It's not working as like 3 separate things. Like, this is for journaling. This is for, planning. This one is for like, my finances. This is for, some other type of journaling. Like, I try and keep things, as many things in one book as possible. But even still doing that, I mean, I still struggled, but my plan still happened and things still got done. So like, look at this, like this is terrible, like it's empty and it still got done. So I'm going to keep this at, I think I'm going to keep, not that, this as a part of my planner setup for my main planning, you know, situation. Why wouldn't I, when I already know that it works? Now for finances, I showed how to, like, I've been using a personal wide Oristel, well, this one was personal wide Oristel before it was the Moterm binder, planner binder, and I've been sizing down the Budget Moms budget, what is it, paycheck by paycheck workbook or whatever, like that. I've been sizing it down to personal wide, and using this binder system. And right now in here, there's like almost the whole year's worth of the worksheets and extra things. And there's like 8 million tabs going on in here. Like, look at this. There's so many tabs. Like, if you love tabs, this is like a tab lover's dreams. There's so many. But yeah, like I've been using this all year and it's been serving me well. I've been able to save like almost $13,000 this year. Like that's my end goal. Without having like any extra side hustles or anything. Like I've been able to save that much by sticking to my guns when it comes to savings. But these worksheets help me figure out like where that money was going to come from, like how to organize my money to make that financial goal happen. Because I've been trying to buy a house and I want to make sure I had enough savings when it comes to, you know, all the unexpected expenses when it comes to buying a house, as well as all of the expected expenses when it comes to buying a house. So I've been using this and I really do see the benefit of it and I liked it. So I was thinking, like, if there was a way that I can have the system but not have it be so time consuming when it comes to the printing and the cutting and hole punching and all that stuff. Like I love paper, like don't get me wrong, I would not have all of these different notebooks and planners here if I did not love just the touch and feel of paper. But I feel like this one, what I'm gonna do in 2023 is, can I get a drum roll? I'm gonna digitize that. Just the financial part. Like I'm not going to let's see if I can open this. I'm not going to actually digitize my whole planning system. There's no way I could do that. I love writing, like physically writing on paper helps me remember things. But when it comes to finances, I am totally doing that. So I'm going to be doing the budget by paycheck, like the same exact like worksheet set, but in a digital form. And I'm going to be using the app GoodNotes to do it. So like, and I already know how I'm going to use it. I already know how the system works. It shouldn't be that difficult for me. And it's going to be in color this time because I'm too cheap to print in color ink, which is ridiculous because I have an HP Instant Ink subscription, so it shouldn't matter. But I think I like this idea better just because I can, hold on, I need to take a sip. Just because in this planner form, and as small as it is, because I doubled this as it doubled as a wallet. Like in the back here, there's cards and our vaccine cards and such. I don't know what that is, but the lines are so tiny. It made it very difficult for me to like write legibly because the lines are so tiny. So at least in this one, I have the power to zoom in so I can, you know, oh wait, I'm in text, write something. Or I can just use a text box and say, hey, this is supposed to be, see? Or if it doesn't, mistake it as a T. So it'd be like, T-Mobile, let's do that. Let's say I have a T-Mobile bill. And that's it. Like I can use text or I can use write, or I can write something. So this is why I'm choosing to use this system when it comes to my finances. So that we're digitizing that. We're obviously keeping my A5 Stalogy. I have decided, in lieu of how I've done it this year and had 4 half years, 1 for each quarter, I am switching over to a full 365 for a half year. So 2 quarters, one Stalogy 365, like 1 full year Stalogy. So I bought 2 of them for the year. So this should get me from January through June, and this should get me from July through December. So that's what those are. But then you're like, well, why a third one? Why do I have a third one? Well, I know my brain, and I know I'm gonna get itchy. Especially, you know, come like the June, July, August, the summer months. I know I'm gonna get itchy, but I also feel like maybe sometimes I find that sometimes carrying this is a little bit impractical. I mean, it's a lot. Like right now, like it's a little impractical. It can be a little heavy. Like sometimes I want to use a smaller bag, but I'm limited in the bags that I use because I got Big Mama over here. So what I have decided to do was to create a buffer. Like I have a system now. I'm gonna have 2 planner buffers to help me curb FOMO, buying things like that I probably won't even keep. Like it's just 2 buffers. Okay, let me explain. So I bought this, and what I'm gonna do is, and then I bought this. So let me try and open this a bit. I bought this cover from Amazon, this standard size traveler's notebook. It's real leather. It feels stunning, and it smells amazing. I can't. That fresh leather smell, like, and it's stunning, and I like, it's of amazing quality. It has 4 strings. This is a slip pocket, and then I have 3 card slots, which I'm not even sure I'm gonna use. But I'm gonna have a buffer traveler's notebook set up where it's just this, and I think I'm going to, I already scratched it. And I think I'm going to buy some printable, what are those called? Some printables for the standard size traveler's notebook to have like a calendar. So it'll be like one insert will be a calendar, so that way I can have like some sort of, you know, idea of what day it is that I'm looking at or whatever. And then this, like that's what I have. That's buffer number 1. So this, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It can be whatever I need it to be. I'm calling this notebook, when I cut it down, I'm gonna call this my mental cache. Like not CASH, like CACHE, my mental cache. Like it's just brain vomit. Whatever I need it to be, that's what it'll be. There's no rhyme, there's no reason, there's no like specific purpose for it. It's not gonna be a planner. It's just gonna be whatever I need it to be in whatever moment that I have it. So that's buffer number 1. Buffer number 2 is this guy. It's tiny and adorable. I love it. So buffer number 2 is actually a Midori 1 day on 1 page. I think that's what this is. Yeah, it's 1 day on 1 page. And this is their diary. So this can be used as a diary, as a journal, or it can be used as a planner. The outside is this nice, like, plasticky cover with a texture. It has a cute little 2023 on it. and it's made with MD paper, which I absolutely love. And this is my other buffer. So I find that when I am using the same size and the same system as I've done all year, I get itchy to want to try new things. So when I feel itchy, I have two different systems, right? Two different things. I'd have a traveler's notebook, and I have this that doesn't have much structure to it, right? It has no structure, but it's a different size than my A5. And then I'd have this A6 planner diary notebook that has some structure to it. It's dated, so I wouldn't have to redo any, I wouldn't have to make calendars or anything in here like a bullet journal style. Like, it's already pretty much set up. And the rest of it is just one day on one page, and it's blank. Like, they're all just blank. And it has these two really bright ribbons for bookmarks. But yeah, so it's very simple. Like, here you can put the date. There is some dots here for you to use it however, and then there's also a time slot, like from 8 o'clock to midnight. It's in military time, which I'm pretty sure the rest of the world does use. But yeah, so it has all, and it's just blank. Now, you don't have to use that. I don't plan to use this as a time slot. Maybe on the days that I feel like I want to use the time slots, like, I will, but for the most part, I'll probably just, you know, write whatever. So whether I feel like I use it as a journal page or a planning page, it also can be whatever it is I want it to be. It's just a buffer when I'm feeling kind of uninspired to use my bullet journal. That's what it's for. So that's how I'm trying to combat buying unnecessary things, having two different type buffer systems set up in between my regular main bay of bullet journaling and my STALOGY. So I think that's, oh wait, no, well, one last thing that's part of my 2023 setup is my work planner, which I set up with you guys. I'll try and link the video up top, but this is the last part of my 2023 setup. I haven't really done much different to it, except for I need to make more February stickers because this misspelling is gonna bug the crap out of me. But for the most part, I haven't done anything to it because it starts in January and I have not, like, I don't need to use it yet, but I've been carrying it around with me, trying to get a feel for it, try to get used to it. And this is a Midori, just a Midori notebook. Like, that's it. Just a regular old Midori notebook. I think this was like $10 on Amazon. So I would say that's not a bad deal for a planner. That's hopefully for my work planner that's gonna last me all year. Just something simple, nothing too complicated. And that's my setup for my 2023 setup. So it's just it's a bunch of notebooks, a bunch of notebooks, a little digital, like a bunch of notebooks, a little digital planning here, and this cute little A6 size diary planner thing from Midori. Like, nothing too complicated. I feel like all my planners, this is actually the only real planner I bought, right? Like, that's it. I don't really count the Techo, the 5-year Techo, as a planner. Plus, I bought this last year, so it doesn't count. But this is the only actual planner, like something that's dated, I bought. Everything else is just notebooks. But that's what works for me. Like, so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna stand beside it because I love it. How about you? Let me know what you're using for 2023. Let me know in the comments because I'm interested. I want to know what systems are you using? Like, are you trying new things? Are you trying like old things? Are you doing a little bit like me where you're mixing a little bit of old and a little bit of new? Because I mean, obviously I love talking planners because that's what we do at this channel, right? In a future date, I will be doing setup videos for these, just not right now, because there are things that I have to make, which means I'm going to be fighting my silhouette machine over there for a little bit as I try and make things for these guys to, you know, I gotta zazz it up a little bit, just a little. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please go ahead, if you haven't already, and click that thumbs up button. Muchly appreciated, much obliged. Also, if you're new here, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell ringer next to it, so you can be notified when I post new videos. Until next week, thank you for joining me. Bye.